about mechs. Of course, the star of our little campaign so far has very much been this Hatchetman, which we've upgraded a few times, and it now does, I think it's like 160 damage per melee attack. Just ridiculous. It's got spiked boots, a spiked helmet, it's got a retractable blade on its left arm, and of course the giant hatchet on its right arm over there. Plus, I think, like, melee gyros and things like that for tons of melee damage. However, and I believe this is new from the last stream, I have assembled a new mech, this crab. We've had this crab chassis for a while. We're just waiting for a lot of parts. I actually stripped it completely bare and put it in storage for a while, so I wouldn't have to deal with maintenance. I had to get all the right parts to put this together, and now I have this crab. This is a 50-ton mech. It was a fairly advanced, the design of it, the base description of it, it's got some fairly advanced tech, but everything put in here, I manually loaded in. You can see there is not a single empty slot on this mech. Every single slot is filled up. The left arm has literally nothing in it, except it's just these placeholder slots. These dynamic slots are part of RogueTech, because Endo Steel, for example, and our stealth systems are supposed to be bulky, they take up extra space, and most of it's been squeezed out to the arm. So the left arm has absolutely nothing in it. The right arm is just a narc launcher and a couple of heat sinks, because it's the only place I could put that in too. The design of this mech, when I put in all the changes and I hit confirm so that our mech bays would start working on it, that work by itself cost 1.5 million. It cost me 1.5 million just to install all this shit. Mostly it's because installing engines and the endo steel structure and things like that. Or I guess the endo steel is the armor. No, endo steel is the structure. Installing all those things are incredibly costly. So yeah. Is this game worth paying for? Lord Prometheus, I think BattleTech is wonderful. Even just vanilla BattleTech is great, and here we're playing like one that's modded to the extreme. Like, you couldn't release a game that works like RogueTech, because it's like, it would be unplayable for a lot of people, because it's just like, this is so goddamn complicated, but it's great. Our legs, we have a single jump jet, so we can't go far with it, but we can go up and down a cliff should we need to. We've got a UAV unit over here for increased sensor range. We've got an ECM unit in the other leg. Again, we're desperate for space. One heat sink over there. So we have stealth armor. So we have a special stealth armor. We do need an ECM system for that. So we should be relatively hard to hit. The Guardian ECM also covers anyone within 180 meters as well. In our cockpit, we just have a standard fire control system. I didn't have anything that that was an appropriate replacement. I have an Artemis fire control system for missiles and a ballistic one. But that's about it, and I wasn't really able to like really make something that would work with that. So we're running with the stock fire control system. We're also running with the stock sensor package, which I would really love to repair, but I don't think we've got one kicking around. I think that's part of it here. I think we don't have a stock, an improved sensor package kicking around. That being said, we still have some. We do have the C3 slave system installed here, which gives us increased sensor range for the entire lance. And as we get more and more of our lance mates on the C3 network, we will share sensor information with each other, which will be very powerful. I think right now this is only C3, but we'll hopefully move up in that direction. I did load a 265... I don't know what the 265 represents exactly. It's sort of the strength of the fusion core engine here, to get us to the 6 hex base movement speed and 10 hex sprint, which is quite speedy. I mean, you know, it's a fairly heavy engine, so I also had to add the XL engine component to make the engine 50% lighter, but it all means it takes up a lot of space, because there's the XL package over here, and then it increases the engine to both torsos over here as well. MMLs are multi-missile launcher. So MRM is medium range missile. MML is kind of different. It's I think it has the range of an LRM, but the damage it does depends on the distance that the missiles travel. So if it's firing at sort of LRM range, it's going to do very little damage. But if it fires close up, it'll do more. It can actually do up to 9 damage at its max. So it's got this sort of a variable amount of damage, which is really interesting. So if we get up close in someone's face and it's got no minimum range, we can actually hit them for a lot of damage, sort of Smurm style. And in fact, that's probably sort of the goal of this. This mech is fairly speedy. It's very well armored. You can see I have like maxed out front armor in both side torsos, almost maxed in the center. The arms are fairly well armored. The legs are half armored, which is actually not bad for your average mech. So this is a fairly well armored mech. It's fast. It's got the ECM and the stealth components. It should actually be really, really sturdy. So it should get close enough to fire its SRMs. It's got 1, 2, is that it? 2 medium lasers? I think that's it. The 2 medium lasers, the Narc launcher, which we'll talk about in a minute, the SRM-6+++. These are +2 damage and +50% crit SRMs, and then we have the multi-missile launcher over here. So it should do fairly good close-up damage with that. +2 medium lasers pluses. They're just increased crit lasers, which are okay. The ammo for our missiles are in the right torso. We've got the case component over here. This is set up so that it will redirect ammo explosion damage outward. It won't go to the center torso. We've got a Beagle probe over here, which is increased sensor range and increased sight range as well, and helps to give us extra rolls, bonuses to our sensor checks to counter ECM and whatnot. And then over on the right arm, we've got this Narc launcher. So Narc is a component. I don't remember what it stands for. NARC. It's something like that. It attaches a little homing beacon onto an enemy mech if it hits. In tabletop, what it does is it gives a bonus to all missiles. Missiles lock onto the Narc beacon. In RogueTech here, it just gives everyone a bonus to hit. So if something's been narked, you can see here, target painters get +1 accuracy against its target. It grants visibility, counters ECM. Yeah, makes them easier to detect, makes them easier to see. So basically, you put a Narc beacon on someone, and everyone's going to be able to spot them and fire at them fairly easily. I don't know how long this lasts. It doesn't say anything about it, as far as I can tell, in terms of duration. Like the tag system, the tag status goes away as soon as they move. Here, it might be permanent for the rest of the fight. I have no idea. So, yeah, here is our crab. I have not taken it out. I don't think I've taken it out on a field test yet. It should be pretty damn beefy. It should be absolutely beefy. I'm tempted to possibly drop the Cicada here. The Cicada is the one that's still super mega slow. Well, super mega slow. It moves 5 hexes. It feels so much slower. We got the Osiris that can move 9. Everything else, I think, has a movement of 6 hexes. No, never mind. The Hunchback is only 5 as well. I've taken out the Hunchback a few times recently, even though it's purely low tech. This is a pure sort of BattleTech 3025 mech. Turns out it's pretty good, actually. Turns out it's really good. Pending a target lasts 2 turns from Narc or Tag. HGML Lord. I'm pretty sure the tag status just goes away when they move, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's do a mission. We'll actually talk about the star map here. I swear to God, every time I load up RogueTech again after not being here for a while, it feels like I get moved somehow. I might just be imagining things. I don't know. Anywho, the Argo is right over here. We are in the star system Stein's Folly, which is currently controlled by the Federated Suns. So there's certainly been a lot of changes. What's interesting about this system is that currently the St. Ives Compact, which only has 7% control, is what all my contracts are for. I don't know why that is. Might want to have only ammo and Endofero in the case location since it gets wrecked when the ammo blows. And yeah, Ghost, that is a possibility. The problem is it was a little bit rough trying to get everything placed as is. I figured better to have the case than not case, right, to preserve the center torso. But that was about as good as I could get. So yeah, we have a bunch of missions for the St. Ives Compact over here. We do have some missions for the Federated Suns as well. And one over here for the Outworld Alliance to protect the mechs in a polar setting. That might be pretty fun. What do we want to do? Well, we got some big money reward system, manufacturing facility. I usually don't care about the ones for the planetary government because it's not giving us loyalty. Maybe we'll do, you want to do this 2.5 skull one for the Federated Suns, 1 man's art. It tends to be a fairly short, fairly easy mission, so we can start with this one and then still have time to run something else. You have an XL engine. If you lose the side torso, the whole mech is gone anyway, so no point in case. Ah, that's true. It will be salvageable. Yeah, it will be salvageable. It might, like, it'll knock down the mech, but the important thing is, I don't know if our engine will be considered destroyed or not. In any case, the rest of the stuff in the center torso, like the expensive, like, ferrofib base and stealth system will be preserved. Maybe the case won't help. Maybe we can pull it out and put something else, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to start with this one. Yeah, we'll go for full salvo here. I don't know what kind of thing we're going to face. We'll see. Case is pointless, case 2 needed. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I had a case 2. Case 2 reduces the damage of explosion, like, to be really, really, really low. I don't know if we had it or whatever. We'll take another crack afterwards. Looks like we do have to do a little bit of a swap of our mech pilots. So Kane is still going to pilot the Hatchetman. Deadmate is piloting the Hunchback right now. We'll put... These guys have low spirits, but they are our most experienced people. Korthos here has Ace Pilot. So does Artistic Sumo. I'm going to put Artistic Sumo on the Crab. And I guess we probably want another Ace Pilot. We'll put Korthos over here in the Osiris. Gagoof over here is someone else with the Juggernaut who's good at melee. He replaces Kane on the Hatchetman if Kane is injured or something like that. And I did do a few missions like after the last live stream, which was a while ago, so I couldn't tell you what was going on. So we are dropping with 1.5 skulls worth of tonnage on a 2.5 skull mission. What could possibly go wrong? Drop looks like it might require more firepower than that. It's fine. It's fine. You've got Kane, it'll be fine. And now we got the Super Crab, which I'm really excited for. Who's piloting it? Korthos? It would be nice if Quill had been the one to pilot it, but I guess we'll do what we can. I'll have some more biscuits. How's your game run so smoothly? Mine lags and hangs up with interactions with the UI. Well, one of the things that the RogueTech does, there are a couple of mods that actually improve the performance of BattleTech. They tweak a couple of things in the actual code, and they also replace the JavaScript engine with another one, because a lot of the game logic is processed through JavaScript. So they've installed a new one that runs quite a bit faster. And so that improves the performance quite a bit, which is interesting because actually a lot of things in RogueTech worsen performance. Load times in RogueTech are much longer. But the UI stuff runs a lot better because it includes these mods that speed things up. Now, you can use those mods in otherwise vanilla BattleTech to dramatically improve just the speed of the game, which is kind of nice. I think there's a mod collection. Is it called like something like BattleTech 3025 Extended? Or something like that. Someone on the chat will probably be able to confirm this. It's a mod that doesn't transform doesn't transform the gameplay like RogueTech does. It doesn't change the rules of the game. It doesn't really change the time span. What it does is it does provide you with a lot more mechs. How come the screen went black? I'm in the game. It's definitely working. Well, let me switch to display capture. There we go. Sometimes display capture can cause some FPS issues in the recording, so that's why it's generally not preferred. But I guess we'll do that. Controversial painter must have painted the screen black. I see a bright screen and I want to paint it black. Okay, so we've got our mech crew. Over here, we've got the painter and his work of art that we want to go and grab. We're on a planet with sort of Highlands Place. Lots of water here. I don't know if any of the mechs are rocking any particular heat problems. I'm not too worried if we're not on a desert planet. Looks like a good approach would be up here. We've got trees for cover. We might be able to get a high ground shot on some other mechs that are chilling out. So I think this is going to be okay. Of course, Kane is going to start off with a sprint. Sensors do not work in first round of combat in RogueTech, so don't expect us to see anything unless we literally get within like visual contact. So here's the Hunchback. You can see this bad boy. 4 medium lasers, 1 small laser, pair of LRM-5s, and an AC-5 as well. Actually, if there's anything that has heat issues, it is definitely the Hunchback. But it can pack a lot of damage. Got the Osiris here. This is the thing with insane movement speed at a 9. We want to put expert pilot types on this, where they get like extra evasion pips and all that kind of jazz. And here is our Crab. Oh yeah, these are loaded with Deadfire missiles as well. Or no, I think it's just how they describe the MML missiles. They're Deadfire. I think they like point and shoot. I don't think they track. I don't think they can indirect fire. All right. Let's do the thing where we reserve a little bit.
I've got something.
we've got a sensor trace over here, a vedette, which I think is a vehicle. So what we're doing here is we're just reserving until the end of the phase, because there's no way, really, that anyone's going to be taking a shot on us right now. But we want to give them a chance to move up and then park. So that way we can move up and maybe shoot. And ideally, then immediately get go first in the next round and have all the first shots. There we go. We're on phase... Oh, this is phase 2. Hold on. We'll reserve to phase 1 so that we all have the full movement range. I'm going to start with Artistic Sumo here, who apparently can indirect fire with the MMLs, which is interesting.
Standing by.
We could go and get, like, really good vision with Korthos or Osiris. You know, he'll probably get to go first and be able to move back. So let's go and do this. He's our scout. This is his job. We got the Vedette 50-ton vehicle with a couple of weapons. We've got a Locust over there, which is, what, a 20-ton mech? Pretty lightweight. A Hunchback over there. Well, we got a best chance of firing at the Vedette, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We've got tons of evasion tips, and we're in the woods. So this should be okay. Oh, yeah, the acid missiles! Nice! Mwahaha. Yeah, MechWarrior Online, it does seem quite cool. I played it a little. Let's hold off on Kane for a second. But I really like this sort of command side of things. I mean, we can go and set ourselves up some long-range shots over here. But I'm betting this is going to be really low chance to hit. And I don't know if that it's worth doing that. We could sprint to maybe end up a little closer. I think the thing to do... There's hardly a difference between the sprint and the walk. But we will sprint to here to try to get a little closer to the action. We might still be able to take a shot. In RogueTech, you can sprint and shoot. Whether or not it's worth using ammo/heat for this is a question. We do have, let's see, we have 12 full rounds of the missiles and 15 of the autocannons, which might make it worth shooting. I don't think I'll shoot the AC-5 because then I'll have a recoil next round. I might go ahead and hit the missiles, although he's probably in the woods. Let's fire the missiles. Yeah, he is in the woods because they were saying 2 damage, so we did a whole 2 damage. That's fine. So we could move and brace, but I think we're going to sprint. Now, sprinting through the water is not really a winning move. I'm just going to have Kane sprint here and try to get the land as quickly as possible so that he can move a little faster. Because, yeah, the water movement is really slow. And we'll move here with the crab. And, yeah, we can fire with these guys. I guess we may as well. We use 7 missiles per salvo. We've got 100 ammo, so we've got a fair amount of shots. I think they all miss, but that's okay. Total War style BattleTech would be interesting. Maybe. I mean, you don't have Total War. You don't have battles in BattleTech that have that many people. All right, I'm gonna have Kane wait. The ideal here is that we can, just walk and maybe take a good shot. I don't know if that's gonna be possible though. And honestly, it would be nice if we could fire at this vehicle. We've got a pretty good hit chance of the vehicle. If we could somehow take it out before it takes an action, that would be good. I don't know. It has 2 blue-tinted weapons, and I don't know what those represent. It's 50 tons. If it's only got 2 weapons, it's probably pretty dangerous. Could be 2 PPCs or a couple, like, AC-20s or something. The vehicle's dead, which is fan-frickin-tastic. That's what we're looking for. What's the thing on the far left? This one here? Well, that's a Locust. I don't know what this one is. It's another Locust. Okay. So a couple of 20-ton mechs rocking over here on our left flank. Not very scary at all. I am not feeling the need to move the Osiris yet. It still has its evasion pips because in RogueTech you don't lose evasion over time. I think what I'm going to do is just reserve you for now. I mean, I guess I could move you up here so we can get proper vision on this Locust. And just set up for some other shots. But he hasn't acted yet. I'm going to let him go ahead and, like, move up, try to take a shot at us, and then I'll move in within range, maybe behind him, because he could maybe move behind us. Blue represents ballistic weapons. Okay, yeah, so they're probably autocannons there. Or like Gauss weapons or something like that. I don't know. There's so many more vehicles added in the various mods that are part of RogueTech. It's really hard to know. Wow!
I'm under heavy
At that range and everything, and he hit it with some sort of autocannon. That's probably AC-10, I would think, from this range. Hit for 48 damage. Or, I mean, it could have been a Gauss, but I would have expected more of a graphic effect there. What I want to do is probably move away from these guys, take out these locusts. There we go. We hit him with a missile, so he's got some acid on him.
Yes, Commander.
And yeah, I guess we can be in the woods. He can freely take a shot at us. The range is going to be ludicrous here, so we'll just move here. This is not a great set of firing odds, but we will take it. I don't know if that was worth the ammo expense. Red front attack. The colors, okay, the colors of our line do denote front, side, back attack, as well as indirect. That's not what I'm talking about. But yeah, these here. So the red line here means we're going to be attacking the front. The purple line means there's some sort of obstruction. So there's a little bit of obstruction here, so it'll be a penalty to hit. The dashed lines indicate indirect fire. And then the color of both the dashed lines or of these solid lines indicate if we're hitting the side or the front or the back, and that sort of thing. But the color of the weapons is different. This hunchback, I am just going to run to here. I mean, we'll have a pretty low accuracy shot between running and the indirect fire status. Yeah, that's pretty weak ass. I'll take the shot on this locust anyway. I just want to install RogueTech. Modding noob. So there you go. On the wiki there will be the link to download. You download two parts. There's the core and then there's the community pack. But if you just read that, you're all set. And it's a self-installer. Unlike the other RogueTech or BattleTech mods, you don't have to be like, okay, make sure to install it in the right place or anything like that. It runs. It's got its own executable. The one annoying thing is because the installation process has to modify the BattleTech executable. If you let's actually wait here because they might move within melee range of Kane's hatchet. Depending if you're just using the basic built-in Windows antivirus, it tends to just it assumes it's a virus because it modifies another exe. There are websites where you can upload things and double check to confirm that it is not in fact a virus, but that might be the only thing that trips you up on your computer. Your computer might like not want to like let you download it properly. You'll have to look at that. But mostly, yeah, just download it from Nexus Mods, run the installer, install the core first, then the community pack, and you're good to go. Did he move all the way over there? Okay, I guess so. There we go. We can move here. It's a little risky, but I think that's fine. He hasn't gone yet. I'm pretty sure. We don't know what his initiative, but he hasn't gone. I don't want to run here and then have him shoot me in the back by moving. So we'll just wait some more until he locks in some damn thing. Oh, in any order should be fine. Oh, it used to be one then the other. And yeah, you don't. It has a built-in mod loader and all those things. So you don't have to worry about BTML or ModTech. It's all built in. Oh, his machine gun's jammed. But now this positioning is great because I'm willing to bet Kane might be able to melee him. The landscape might make it a bit hard. Kane getting shot again by frickin' it's this heavy tank that's hitting us with something. And no, Kane can't fire, which is a bit unfortunate. But what we'll do is we'll move back over here. We're gonna get this little cover potentially between us. He might not be able to get shot over here, and even if it is, it'll definitely be indirect fire. But yeah, we'll take the shot at this locust here. Although maybe I could have waited until we acided it, but get Kane out of there. So, Artistic Sumo and the Crab could melee him, but he's only got 25 melee damage, so it's not really worthwhile. I think what we are going to do is... actually, I'm wondering if I should go and hit him. Although he just moved a ton, so his evasion's going to be just crazy. So, I'll just come here. It's not a great shot. But now our MML missiles, they're doing 7 damage here. Before they were doing very little because it was long range. Now they're doing 7. They do more damage the closer you get. And we're doing 6 damage per missiles with the Smurms. Relatively low chance to hit. Because of... Oh, do Smurms have recoil? I didn't realize Smurms had recoil. But yeah, target moved, we moved, blah blah blah. There's terrain and all that, but that's okay.
Targeting one alpha strike. That's gonna hurt.
Bum, 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 bum. Windows 10 settings sync to everything is virus. Annoying but clean computer, yeah. What I do,
Good to go.
when I downloaded is I put my download folder on the exclusion list for my antivirus, download this thing, and then I go and remove that exclusion, because obviously that'd be super dangerous and bad to have every day. Yeah, I guess here's fine. The wood cover is going to be okay. The big thing, I mean, all the time when you play BattleTech, but especially in RogueTech, is like defend, defend, defend. Always think defensively above everything else. Because the repair times and cost... Oh my god! I mean, I know we had low chances to hit, but that was really bad accuracy. Now, I could move to hit you from the back, but there's not much point in it. I'm a little worried about doing this, although, okay, if I do this, I might expose my back to someone using indirect fire over here. But there wouldn't be that much hitting us, so that's really the only guy who could try to hit us in the back. And this way, we're just hitting him from the side. It's fairly damaged. There's not much sense in hitting him in the back, because he'll still have most of his armor there. Boom.
One last target.
Alright. Plus weapons have some other drawbacks, bitter drops. Yeah. And that, oh yeah, that's right, these Smurms, like maybe regular Smurms don't have recoil, but these plus ones do.
Yes.
That's one of the things. In regular BattleTech, all the plus weapons are just plainly better. But here in RogueTech, sometimes, yeah, it's a bit of a trade-off. Like, oh, it does more damage, but also generates more heat.
Reading you.
Kane's like itching to melee something, but nothing's really presenting itself. I think I'm just going to delay Kane.
Waiting for the right play.
It's Locust, and therefore made out of paper mache. That is true, too. I think the Locust has ammo in its center torso.
Yes, Commander.
And, yeah, we have no info. I don't think it's moved, though. I'm worried if I'm going to do this, he could get behind me. On the other hand, maybe we could bait him to get behind the Osiris, and then... Oh, we have, like, tons of heat, too. And we've been debuffed with blinding flares and everything. So,